Sign the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store. Between the Seattle Seahawks and a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Philadelphia Eagles, their own 29-yard line. Boston Scott, his first carry, able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. Boston Scott. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down now, it's Scott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. For an Eagle. The Seahawks and Eagles, you might remember, they met up in the wild card round a season ago. It's a night Philly fans could probably stand to forget. Carson Wentz exited early after just 4 passes thrown, and Josh McCown had 40 years. They were too tough as they slugged out a 17-9 victory. 46-yard line. On the ground, Corey Clement, his first carry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. Sliding out of the pocket. They'll toss him for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. On the carry, this is Scott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
On the Seahawks, 22 yards. They go back to the ground, this time Clement. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The ball carrier. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
I give everyone credit for this one because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Makes the score. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10, right at the 30. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 38-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Chris Carson on the carry.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Wilson with the handoff to tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. The tackle made following the pickup of 4. Here's second and 6. It's now second and 6. There's Wilson to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's third down. Incomplete. Darius Slay on the coverage. Now Wilson. They go screen pass to Hyde. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. Gain of 16 yards. And the Seahawks, first down. Wilson now off the bootleg. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Javon Hargrave. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He finds his running back, Hyde. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Wilson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Javon Hargrave able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. They run it with Carson. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Chris Carson, the ball carrier.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Wilson's pass. Complete to Carlos Hyde.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up in big trouble, as we just saw right there.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. 3-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Well, that's the way they should look at it.
At their own 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tackled at the 25.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard.
From the gun, it's Clement. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Ball carrier.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And 1.
On third down, Scott. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking down and big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Wentz leaves with Clement on the draw. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in these playoffs. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. He couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Hurts. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Wentz to throw again. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. Now Scott. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Wentz to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and goal, Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he's standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson there to make the grab, and the Eagles have taken the lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has. Showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is DJ Reed returning. Oh, good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Nikhil Roby brings him down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so they dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On the return, Jackson. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Deep ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their own 22. And he'll throw right away. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. Here's Scott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Scott. In our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A gain of 37.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
And he is in. Philadelphia. Carson wins. Keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Reed returning. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Over first and 10 at their own 33.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
The pass. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the
second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
first down, Seattle.
On first down, it's Carson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
Ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Now it's Carson. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he's stopped at the Eagles' 43-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And the Seahawks
throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
First down, Seahawks.
Here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
Gain of 12. First down, Seattle.
Here's Hyde on the draw. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll run the screen with Carson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
Makes the score Eagles 17. Seahawks.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
And he's made the most of it to this point. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be caught. Rager with it. Past the 20. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. And he's going to use his legs here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
At the 46-yard line.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bruce Irvin leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside. And he just showed it right.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Reed. The lane opens here. Good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
Wilson's pass.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding a hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected, but I know this will surprise you.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. But it'll be 2nd down. Now Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Reed returning. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be losing the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 43-yard line.
Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful division. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Javon Hargrave bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. The penalty is a result of that hit there.
To throw is Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and goal.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to his knee. Maybe the Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jake. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So we've come upon halftime here. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
31. Seahawks 20. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Here's Reed. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He looks underneath and he finds Hyde. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a 3rd down.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call it?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble.
Brandon Graham.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Seattle.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Second and 6 at the 9-yard line.
Again, Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
To throw again is Wilson. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line and roost. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go again with Scott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
The ball carrier.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments and run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he is met. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, Clement. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. They'll run with Scott. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Reed returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 30.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now first and 10 right at the 30. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Here's Carson. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
At the 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
That's complete into the hands of Carson. Carson, the first down and more. And he'll be taken down at the 26. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Will Dissly with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. You're still teaching me on these RPOs. Was that an RPO or was that a design quarterback run the whole way?
I think it was an RPO, and a lot of times we have to distinguish RPO, zone read, all those things that come with it. But to me, this was a play call from the coach that said, here it is, now make the right decision. And that's exactly what he did.
Indeed, he did, and able to convert on 3rd down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Alshon Jeffrey, so dangerous, even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. 11 yards there. First down.
29-yard line.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
18-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Jackson to return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now back out comes the offense. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home was a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll give that 24-hour rule and enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent. Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
The ball carrier.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They're going to run the draw here with Clement. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Eagles on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Winston's pass intended for Alshon Jeffrey.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And no, it's incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's got his man, that's Josh Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. From the gun, Wilson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38.
Wilson's.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Wilson's pass.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. That one a first down pickup of 8. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Wilson will throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks.
Touchdown.
An 8-yard touchdown run, and the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game, now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
Michael Dixon.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10. Their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this, certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3, fourth quarter with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. Now, he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick, and it's third down.
Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
Now wins. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 43. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jalen Rager was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick, and it's third down. An important play right here, third and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And he connects with Ertz. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Stopped him in his tracks. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 31.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. This is Carson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Eagles have recovered. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And he puts it through. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football. And we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rolling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here's Reed. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Now Wilson on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Chris Carson.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he stops right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
Complete to Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett there to make the grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Wentz to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Wins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The sack there by Rasheem Green. You never want to give up a sack. And from the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. Athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks take back over. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bounds.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should.
Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble and gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In a regular season, only one period is played. We can call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he's got Lockett. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
A gain of
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Operating from the gun. Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on in the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
overtime.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game.